Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run it here with Thompson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now maybe a free play here for Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense. Because someone...
And the ball is knocked out, and the Buccaneers have it. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
and it is cold,
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's get it working. Hey, go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. A shotgun snap for Smith. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Noah Spence in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Wait. Easy.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. A dump off to Sims. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Let's go now. Wait. Hey, stop. 550. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
15. Back up. Liz.
Smith Going to throw again. Try to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 56 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Smith. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push. He'll return it from the 6. And an alley to run. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him bring another one.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Chris It's Thompson, 52 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter knows.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. The 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 75 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will shave one more off this lead. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Smith now on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night. And whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The give is to Jones. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Play action now. Winston. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Kendall Beckwith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Off of play action. Here's Smith. A deep ball for Dotson. That's caught inside the 20. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big play there. Smith to Dotson. 57 yards. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
15.
Smith now to throw again. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Ray Maualuga coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Hey, back up.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Chris Thompson, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Jackson's got it over the middle. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Jameis now on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll run it down out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out here in the eye. Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Final play of the half here. Winston. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wild card matchup. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. To throw is Winston. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it?
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Winston. Going up top. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, a run with Thompson. Well, a pretty move, couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Smith throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A first down throw for Winston. And he rifles one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Sonic! Ready! Blue ready! Sonic! Not! Where's up?
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Hey, gun. Look.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Gerald McCoy breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
12.
Out of the gun, Smith finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the interception by the Redskins indeed leads to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Throwing, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brian Anger now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Crowder now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down.
We got three, fella. Set, line, 80.
From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a third down. Now Smith from the gun, he'll throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. On play action, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's going to go down again. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Thompson. They find some open field here. Muscles by at the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I said 580. Hey, let's roll. We're left.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Quan Alexander coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
That good for 22 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now. But that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Let's convert.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Pernell McPhee. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Winston drops it to Jones in the flat and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. After the penalty, it's Jones. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A good pickup there, a 22.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal. Now Winston. Flush to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd and short. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Nice job holding them out of the end zone on 3rd down, but give a big assist to the crowd. They've been with them the entire game and have spurred them on. Here in the second half, they've really helped elevate their play.
Here's Winston, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.